Hi, this is Julie with Three Sisters Sundries. Today I would like to demonstrate how I how I color stamped images and blend them with Gamsol and colored pencils. I do not have Copic markers, and I don't feel the need to invest in those because I don't do a lot of coloring, but I do have some stamps that I love to color. So I have Prismacolor color pencils, and can't remember the size pack I got, like a 78 pack. I don't know, I took them out of the box and just put them in. I keep them in this little pouch that I got from Joanne, and then this one clips to it with a little handle, so I can keep my blending tools with my pencils. So here's what I have. I also have cardboard blenders, little nibs in a variety of sizes, and I've got a little sander that helps me change colors. You just sand off the nibs, sand off the color on the nibs, and then you can use it with a different color. I have also got a bottle of Gamsol, and this bottle has a little sponge applicator on top, so you just tip it upside down and the sponge becomes wet, and then you dip your blender in the Gamsol, in the little spongy. So it's best to do this in a well-ventilated room or area, and best to keep the lid on the bottle of Gamsol when you're not using it. So I just picked up some gray pencils because my set came with just silver and not gray. So I'm going to try these out. This is a 20% gray, cool gray, so I'm going to try on a little beard. We'll try on this guy's beard. So lay down, a thick line of color around the edge or wherever you want more shadow area to be. So I'm going to add a little shadow under his nose and under the hat. And you start with your lightest color, and then I'm going to get a fairly large tip, and that has some blue on it. So I'm just going to sand off that blue like so. Comes off pretty quickly, and I like to sand on an angle so that it gives me kind of a long tip on my blender. Then I will tip my bottle upside down and dip my blender in, and you can see it's getting wet. And then just start blending out that color. And as you can see, it really, well, I don't know, maybe you can't see. Let me zoom in a little bit more. This color maybe wasn't the best one to start on because it's so light. But maybe you can see that it really grabs that color and blends it out pretty quickly. And then when your nib dries out, you just re-dip. Okay, so let's get a darker color and add a little bit more shadow. See, this is cool gray 50%, so we'll add a little bit more shadow here under his nose. And I don't know, can you see how that's blending really well? We'll add a little bit of shadow on the sides here and maybe down at the bottom. just blends out really nicely. Got kind of a line there, so I'm just going to re-dip and just kind of circular motion and blend that out. And as you can see, it doesn't give exactly the same look as the Copics, but I think it's pretty close. All right, let's move on to a darker area of maybe his hat. I can do in a dark green, and let's see. That color isn't really good. Maybe a lighter green, grass green. Maybe olive green. Okay, so let's start with this lighter one and just kind of go around. These colors probably aren't the best to go together, but you'll be able to see it a little bit better. Okay, and then let's find a blender. Now this one has blue on it, so kind of a blue-green, so I think that's close enough to what we're using that I'm not going to worry about. Oh, well, maybe I should. It's kind of blue. I think it will blend in just fine though. Okay, and I think I want a little bit more color in the center, so I'm going to add a little bit more around the edge and blend it in. I don't want to put it right in the center, but blend it in. Try and blend in that blue I added on accident. And then add darker color. Maybe more in the shadow area. It would be shadow. You can see how well that blends. And then let's try our darkest color. I'm going to put my Gamsol over there. Try our darkest color and see how we blend. So I like to kind of get all of the colored area kind of blended and then start blending it out into the main body of the section there. So looks like I went out of the lines just a tad, but as you can see, it is blended really nicely in that hat area. So I'm just gonna continue on. Okay, there he is all finished. So as you can see, it blends out beautifully, and I really like the results. And it doesn't take a lot of pencil to cover a small area. You just add a little, line down around the edge and blend it all out. So I have some examples of some that I've done already. Here's all the ones that I've already colored, and they are pretty cute. This is the Photoplay Stamp and Dice sets from Gnome for the Holidays Thanksgiving set or collection. Anyway, but I just thought I would show you how you can color your stamps without investing a lot of money in Copic markers. These pencils are reasonably priced. You can get individual colors. Like I said, I went and got some gray ones today because my set only came with silver, and they were only $1.45 a piece or something like that. So I neglected to mention that my images are stamped with a dye ink to use with the Gamsol. I've used Close to My Heart Black. This is a water-based dye ink. Hope you like it, and maybe try it out if you don't have Copic markers. Thanks for watching.